You know that feeling, right? That sinking feeling? You're locked out of your car, or maybe you're just staring at your own front door, and you realize your keys are on the other side. Total panic sets in. But what if I told you that moment of panic could actually be a moment of, well, power? Today, we're going to break down how to make a really smart choice when you're under pressure, and we're going to use the search for a locksmith as our case study.
So, picture it. You're locked out. What's the first thing you do? You grab your phone. But that simple question, who do I call? That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's the start of a whole chain of decisions you're about to make. See, you're not just trying to get a lock fixed. You're trying to buy your way out of a really, really stressful situation. And that means you've got to figure out what's most important to you, like right now. Is it the price? Is it how fast they can get to you? Or is it all about trust? Getting this part right, well, that's everything. It's the difference between solving your problem and accidentally creating a whole new one.
So to figure this out, we're going to do something kinda cool. We're going to take a look at a real-world example, an article that rounds up locksmiths in a neighborhood in South London. Now, just to be clear, we're not recommending these specific companies. Instead, we're going to use this guide to pull apart how you should think and build a toolkit that you can use for finding any local service, no matter where you are. So the article kicks off with this perfect scenario, right? It says it's easy to find someone friendly and reliable. And you know what? It can be. The secret is knowing what to look for, what signals really matter. So let's do it. Let's start sifting through the options, just like you would if you were actually in a jam. All right, first things first. Let's talk about the #1 thing most of us think about in a pinch, money. How much is this going to cost me? When you're stressed, price is almost always where your brain goes first. And then you see a number like this, £29. It just jumps off the page, right? The article points to one company with prices starting at just £29. And when you're stressed and just want this over with, that sounds amazing. It feels like a no-brainer. But is it really? Because here's the thing, a cheap price gets you to call them. It doesn't mean you're going to get a good result. Real value isn't just about the lowest number. It's about what you're actually getting for your money. So, how can you tell the difference? Well, this is where the article gets really useful. It points to a few key things to look for. Stuff like transparent quotes, so there are no nasty surprises on the final bill. Or an official accreditation. That's a huge sign of professionalism. A guarantee on their work? That means they're confident in what they do. And get this, some will even offer to do something cheaper, like rekeying a lock instead of replacing the whole thing. These are the little clues that tell you you're getting actual value, not just a low price. Okay, but let's say money isn't the main issue. Maybe it's pouring rain, or you're late for something important. You just need someone there, like 5 minutes ago. This brings us to our second filter, proximity. Or, to put it simply, speed. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because the word local can actually be a bit tricky. What does local even mean? Does it mean the guy who can get to you the fastest, or does it mean the actual brick-and-mortar shop down the street? It turns out, depending on your problem, you might need one or the other. And the article lays this out perfectly. It gives us two kinds of local. First, you've got urgent speed. This is for when you're locked out and need someone there ASAP. The article mentions a service that promises to show up in under 30 minutes. That's one kind of local. But then, there's the specialist location. This is when you need something more complex, like a weird key cut or a new safe. For that, you need a physical shop with all the tools and expertise right there. See the difference? Knowing which one you need is a total game changer. Okay, so we've looked at price, we've looked at what local really means. There's a lot going on here. So let's boil it all down into a super simple toolkit that you can use for pretty much any emergency service you might need. The whole point of this is to put you back in the driver's seat. Because when you're panicked, it's so easy to just make a quick decision you'll regret. But if you have a simple framework in your head, you can go from feeling helpless to feeling in control. You can make a smart choice even when you feel like you're running out of time. So here it is, your 3-step plan. Step 1, define your priority. What's the most important thing right now? Is it the cost? Is it speed? Or do you need a specialist? Just be honest with yourself. Step 2, look for proof. Don't just trust the ad. Look for those signs of reliability we talked about. Guarantees, accreditations, clear pricing. And finally, step 3, verify their specialty. Are you calling the right kind of pro for your specific problem? Make sure you're calling the fast response person for an emergency and the expert for a tricky job. And that's it. If you can just run through that quick mental checklist, you can handle almost any of these situations with total confidence. So the next time you're in a jam, and it can be a locksmith, a plumber, whatever, just take a breath and ask yourself that one key question. What is my number one priority right now? Because once you know the answer to that, you're already halfway to solving the problem.